at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Apologies for the delay today. Had some computer issues. But right now, I am always excited to be checking out a smaller title that is on Gamefound. I firmly believe that if you're going to launch a smaller title that does not have a pre-existing intellectual property or a fan base or, really some sort of it factor, it's just not a great idea to go on Gamefound because the amount of people on Gamefound compared to the amount of people on Kickstarter is just astronomically different. But today, we're checking out Persecuted Cracow, which I did think looked pretty cool. Especially when I read the description. Dear Diary, was such a beautiful and sunny summer until it came the time of war, the time of the persecuted. Take on the role of one of the unique characters. Use your personality abilities. Be careful. Don't let the occupiers catch you. Create a resistance movement. And above all, survive. That actually wasn't the description I was talking about. I think it was the Board Game Geek one. Must have got me excited. But either way, 1 to 6 players, 60 minutes. That's a nice time frame. It's got asymmetric characters. I see little minis there. Back now to join the resistance. 2 different languages. Okay. Stretch play. Stable pledge. Main image looks fine. Looks fine. Looking, Mapels? Anywho, looking at the trailer. As always with the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? That's what you need to convince Gamefound backers to get their money. Follow now to get special character for free. Okay.
Dear Diary, it was such a beautiful summer until it came...
The time of war. The time of persecuted.
It was so beautiful city.
Many levels of difficulty.
Children splashed in the Vistula River.
Don't get caught by the invaders. Avoid taxes. Stay alert.
Few were prepared for what was to come.
Collect needed items.
But elements of life.
Dang it! Why did we zoom? Why did we blur for so long? I want to read your cards. Oh, because they're not in English. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense.
With elements of logic gain.
Elements of logic. Okay, so there's like... You have to think logically, like almost an escape room type thing in some instances. And now we have a... Oh, gosh, yeah, I can't stop the video on Gamefound, especially if you put a million pictures of random stuff that no one is going to really probably look at that much.
Dear Diary.
Okay, what do we got?
Of asymmetric characters.
There we go, here we go.
Take on the role of one of asymmetric characters. Use your personal skills to outsmart the occupier, or your so-called.
So I don't mind that it's not in English, that's fine, but I would at least, since you're doing an English overdub, tell me about what these, like, I don't, like, oh, look, they all have different art. Wow, I don't care. I would assume they'd all have different art. What did they do?
Dear Diary.
You know, the crafty technician, the sneaky janitor, the like, just a little bit would have been nice there, aside from just the art there.
So-called friends. Competitive.
Especially considering I can't read what it says.
Cooperative and solo mode.
Cool.
Create a resistance movement. Try your luck. Survive.
I love being a sticker. So this is a 100-second video. Did you really feel the need?
Try.
Okay, 1-4. So it's at 142.
Try your luck. Survive.
6 seconds of that dice roll. Like 6% of your video. I just needed to be that one. It just seems odd to me that that die roll was so focused on.
Dear Diary.
I don't know.
Dance movement.
With the sound effects and everything.
Survive. A lot of historical content.
Oh, that's awesome.
Make use of the rules. To win.
I would assume that there's a rule booklet, but I like to see it, I guess.
Follow now to get special character for free.
I do want that. I do want that special character for free. All right, so this one, unfortunately, has only raised $3,900 of their $9,900 goal, stretch goal for Meples, which I'm assuming is some sort of fancy, like a stylized Maples. And with the price is $60. Okay. Wait, I thought there were miniatures. I thought you showcased a miniature on the front. Oh, do we have an unnecessary pledge with miniatures strapped onto this? So this isn't actually the pledge I want. It's the, there's going to be one with miniatures. Because, yeah, you most definitely showed me a miniature on the front. Which I don't, the game doesn't feel like it needs miniatures at all. I personally feel like your meeples would have been fine. But I'm pretty sure you showed me a miniature, right? And I didn't see it in the video at all either, which was odd. Yeah, let's go back. Just to double check. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the escape game. Interesting. I wonder if that one's going to fund. All right, so we're on crowdfunding, yeah. 3, 4, 8. Yeah, that's a miniature. That is totally a miniature. Okay. Not feeling crazy pills here. This project began over a year ago in winter. Okay, I wouldn't lead with that. I would never lead with that. That is not a long time for your game to be being designed, right? Like, even if that's how long it did take, I don't feel like I would start. The project began over a year ago. How long's this game been working? Oh, man, over a year. Like, it's... I am not a child, and I understand, especially with Kickstarter, there's lots of games that have been play tested, not nearly enough, and that sort of thing. But just, I wouldn't, I don't know. I don't feel like that's great to lead with. As a game, from a gamer's perspective, I'm like, oh, okay. Mental note. I dreamed of creating a simple and replayable survival game with a relatively low entry threshold. Initially, the project was set to 13th century BCE, during the time when, according to Judeo-Christian tradition, the kingdom of Egypt was struck by the 10 plagues. This is not the spot for your designer diary to talk about where the original theme for the game was. This is the first freaking line. I don't, like, oh... The game was developed and gained consent. Like, I don't have a problem with this information, but I don't feel like it is the star of the show to lead off everything with. A big wall of text about my game. But not just my game, what it used to be. This motivated me to change. Like, this is like 2 sentences in the video. If you really want it to be, if you're trying to have a personal touch. Or an entire update. Like, oh yeah, here's the update history. Like, a lot of companies do that. Like, that's just one of the updates they plan. It's like, yeah, we'll get a developer diary in there. So, but here, no. Oh, is this the first game? I'm gonna guess so. Yeah. So this is his first time designers. So no track record of note. Game mechanics, author, project founder, also the writing this text. 21-year-old law student. Illustrations, a 21-year-old painting student. Visualizations, graphic design, a 21-year-old sculpture student. So I don't think I would mention that. It might, once again, no, actually, I don't have a problem with you mentioning. It's just people put this all the way down at the bottom. Why do I care about the original theme of the game? Why do I care about your age? Why do I care about you in general unless you have a pedigree in which I should know about? Or your illustration or something like that. Instead, maybe you should focus on mechanisms, components, player count, to like any other number of things instead of this. This first chunk of text here is by far one of the most interesting choices I've seen as a way to lead off your Kickstarter campaign. And I don't think it's going to compel anyone. I don't, like... That's where this, like, hey, you know what? You put a lot of that information here, and the more information, like, yeah, like, I don't know if I'd start there. Well, I do. I know it. I would not. All right, so we get back to our cool looking box, and is this theme? Cool? Theme-y? That would have been cool, whatever. There are only a handful of games about the resistance movement during World War II. Persecuted Cracow is therefore an original and valuable project that, thanks to its accessible rules and player-friendly game links, should appeal to a wide audience. The variety of game modes... who's this quote from? It's from this person? Oh, it's from this person. Wojciech. And here's the thing. This quote reads like if someone gave you this quote and they didn't like it, I just want to, like, let's really read it. There are only a handful of games about this topic. Okay. Because of that, because there's only a handful of games about this topic, it's an original and valuable project. It has easily accessible rules and a player-friendly game link, and it should appeal to a wide audience. Have you played this game? The variety of game modes and the modular board ensure lasting replayability. Highly recommended. That's the only part of that that makes me think, oh, they probably played it. It's just not a great, like, what about the game? Aside from the variety of game modes. I guess that's fine. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's a great start at all. As a citizen of Cracow, I have to admit that Persecuted is not only a great board game, but also an amazing atmospheric compendium of knowledge about World War II. The mechanics and theme are integral parts, building unusual tension and bringing us closer to the war realities in a very accessible form. Personally, I'm not a fan of cooperative games, but Persecuted is definitely an exception, mainly due to the very good nullification of the... Jesus, this is the quote you lead with. This is meat. I'm not a fan of cooperative games, but Persecuted is definitely an exception, mainly due to the very good nullification of the alpha player aspect. However, if we don't want to team up with friends, we can decide to play the competitive scenario. That's a really rock-solid quote. That makes me more interested in the game. This one makes me think they didn't play the game, and then they are just bigger than them. Either way, they should both be clickable. Persecuted Cracow intrigued me with his own universe, and then this person, like, I like how you didn't put a name here. You put a single meeple, and it's not clickable, and then just a quote from the sky. Persecuted Cracow intrigued me with its universal plot, intricately woven into the fate of wartime Cracow. It utilizes mechanics rarely found in a single game. What mechanics, pray tell, would those be? As a gamer, I'd love to know. As a player, I felt involved in the story told by the game. The possibility of playing a cooperative variant as well as a competitive one has the potential to enrich many evenings in the House of Cracow. Persecuted is a board game that makes us occupied Cracow during World War II. Simple rules, 2 game modes, and a variety of characters make the gameplay dynamic and engaging. The short duration of the game encourages... I feel like they were just like, here's the things we want you to spotlight in this quote. Can you say these things? Because it feels like it's a lot of the samey stuff. An ideal offer for those who appreciate historical background. Persecuted Cracow is a very interesting proposition for fans of solo games, especially those just entering the world of board games. The simplicity of the rules, the speed of the game, and the ability to adjust the level of difficulty according to your skills are the undoubted advantages of this game. I would like to also add the possibility of playing with other players in a competitive mode. Like, it just feels like this feels like some of these feel like reports that were written by someone the day the report was due in high school, and all they did was read the back of the box. It's like, with 3 different game modes, up to 6 players, and a play length time that's going to appeal to a lot of people, this is the game for you. Like, it's just... Tell me about the mechanics. Stretch goals that boost the game's mechanics. I would love to hear more about those. Attractive price, which covers the price of stretch goals. Privileged delivery. Backers receive the copy before the game hits the shelf. Proven manufacturers and carriers. Mention your manufacturers then. That'd be great. If you want to brag about your manufacturers, then you should mention who your manufacturers are, or what they have manufactured, or the manufacturers that you're currently in final talks and negotiations to work with. Or you could say, yeah, we got proven manufacturers. Trust us. Yeah, don't like that. What's in the box? Components improved with stretch goals. Always nice to mention. 9 district cards, 8 districts. It's what's this? This is a $60 one. It's fine. Because here's the thing: it's $60, and it feels like and that's the smuggler. So what's the actual? So what's the cheap price? Because I have a feeling they're actually going to. I just saw the pledge 9 times there, but before I saw that pledge 9 times, I started my sentence that I have a feeling that their cheaper pledge is going to be more popular. That's what I was about to say, and I'm going to guess if the smuggler pack, their quote-unquote featured pledge, only has 9, then that probably does not mean that that is the most popular pledge, because that is not, that is only $600, and they have raised $3,925. So the pledge that you said was the featured pledge is not the featured pledge, so maybe you should change your featured pledge. Base game plus the practical add-ons. What are practical add-ons? I love the fact that you sprung these on me. This is fun. Base game plus immersive cards. What are these? Oh, these are critical gameplay stuff that I absolutely will want and need. Man, maybe you should tell me about those. If only somewhere. Impossible variant cards. So this ups the difficulty. So these are just 3 extra decks that you can add on top. The print and play English pack. The conspirator pack, yeah, $30. Yeah, that's fine. Because here's the thing, and I used to do this at Hero Time too. This $32 does not feel good at all. Do you know why? Because you're just selling me like what, 100 extra cards for $30? I don't care what kind of box you put these in, so you can sell them after the fact. This expansion will contain 21 to 42. So yeah, so it's roughly 100-ish cards. Yeah, 100 cards for $30. 32, yeah, doesn't feel good. And then the minis. Wow. Wow, I can't wait to get those minis that you haven't mentioned in any way, shape, or form except slapping one on your main image, which confused me more than anything. Hey, a pledge area would be nice. I guess this is the pledge area, but it's like before this, before you told me about how you're 21 and the original theme of the game was this, that, the other thing, like, focus on what your customers need to know before you focus on the stuff that they don't. 7 to 13 resin models. Okay. And now I say to myself, wow, what does this game look like if we don't have those? Right? And no one has backed those at all. That has to be a huge gut punch. Oh, but I imagine they come in the Super Deluxe. Wait, so are the minis in the Smuggler Pack? Because then I could do it. But no, they're not. They're not in the Smuggler Pack. They're their own separate thing, which once again does not feel smart. Then we have the Spy Pack, which is just 2 packs of the game. Okay. We have the Private Pack. Is this with the base game plus the basic add-ons plus all stretch goals? What? What else are you adding? Title of Honorary Patron of Conspiracy. Mentioned in the rule booklet. Cool. Thank you. $12 will put my name in there. I mean, it's fine. See, this is a fine pledge level if you actually sold it to me in some way, shape, or form. What's a historical study? Notice digital. So for an additional $13, you can get your name in the rule booklet and a digital thing about history. Boy, howdy, I have an idea of why that's not just selling. And then we have the Contrabandist Pack. This is new. Good. Is this the one that finally comes with the minis? I'm going to guess not. It comes with a board. Like, what is it? Is that a game mat? Wow. Are you trying to do the CMON crap where you're going to unveil a pledge towards the end that has everything? You got burned. And I got to say, I'm kind of glad you got burned because this tactic needs to stop. This feels so dumb. This pledge area feels so dumb. Let's really break it down to its simplest components, okay? Do you want the game with 3 packs of cards, or do you want to print and play, or do you want just the game, or do you want just the miniatures, or do you just want 2 copies of the game, or do you just want a game with 2 packs of cards? Did you take away a pack of the cards, you dirty dog? You did! You took away a pack of the cards! Why would I not want a pack of the cards if I'm if I'm paying to be in your rule booklet? Surely they didn't take it away. 1, 2, okay, they did not. They just didn't put it on the picture because they don't have enough space. They don't have enough space. Okay, so it's the pledge. But this one comes with your name in the rule booklet and a digital thing. And then this one, oh, you're going to love this one. This is a new one. It comes with the 3 cards and then a game mat because we got to put the game mat in there. But then, oh, no, this is the real one you're going to love because this comes with the game. But then you also can get your name in the rule booklet and you can get the board and you can get all 3 decks of cards and you can get the historical study. If you want to do a pledge like this, you need a clearly defined pledge area. That's a fun one where it's like, oh, do I want to get tier 1? No, I'll pay the extra $25 to go to tier 2. Oh, I'll pay the extra $40 to go to tier 3. If you're going to try and do it like this, but how you did it, just throwing it at me and just being like, yeah, sift it out, figure what it is, maybe go scroll down, come back. Like, that's not fun. It's not a fun shopping area. It didn't need to be this bad. You could have kept everything dirt simple. Like, it could have, like, just throw in the 150 cards into the box and make this a $40 game. And there you go. You're in and out the door, and then you can do all this, I don't know. And then you can have the pledge where it's like, yeah, I get the historical stuff. And then we have the runner pack, which is going to, of course, that one comes with the minis. One person picked that one. It comes with the playmat, the minis. Oh, but what if I want my name in the rule booklet? Hopefully that's there. Yeah, of course it is, because that's the captain pack. And then we have the government, so that's if you want 6 copies. Then we have the Colonel pack. Oh, this is one where you get in the game. That's a fun one. That's Reiner Nitzia. Maybe you could mention this somewhere else aside from just springing it here when I'm already annoyed at your pledges. And that, because that's a very reasonable price. 148. Like, that's not bad at all. But you could be in the game? So what is this? Your portrait in the Persecuted style. Oh, okay. Oh, icky. Based on the photo you said, we'll create a portrait and send it to you. So it's just they're going to AI generate a picture of you in this style? Is that it? No, they have an artist. Well, that I don't know. I don't know. Either if it's an actual artist rendering, sure. So many different packs. Wow. Yeah. Like such a choice. Then the general pack, the all-in. Finally, we get to it. The thing that literally no one wants. Base game plus the basic add-ons plus all stretch goals plus the game mate plus what's the game mate? Follower? What's a follower? This character is a gift for followers. Oh, this is the only way you can get it after the fact is by giving us $400. Cool. Thank you. Character in the game. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Wow, that would have been. Yeah, this feels like the kind of thing you could have sold to people, and you didn't. Except here, just kind of piecemeal at the end. Yeah, this is not ideal. I do like the game mat, though. It looks very functional. Next to unlock, Meppels. I think that's just misspelled. I think it's Mepples or ELS. Basic improvement of components. Nowadays, it's become more and more popular to beautify even the smallest elements of board games. So, symbols, sketches, and drawing on basic markers. Huh? Symbols, sketches, and drawings on basic markers. We unlock symbols, sketches, and drawings on basic markers. I don't know what that means. Oh! These are markers! Those are markers, not writing markers. Markers, tokens. Ah, okay. English translation there. A lot of additional cards, which, you know, I want. But we're probably not going to hit. How much is this? What is the stretch goal? Oh, these are micro stretch goals, too. We started hitting them. It's like every 200, 300, 400, 600, 800. Yeah. Yeah, this is a bummer. This just feels like they're going to need to relaunch, most likely, and just take out got a lot of the stupid crap. Got a lot of the stupid stuff you absolutely don't need. Maybe make the game a little bit, just a game, a box. If you want to do, like, I don't know. Because right now, this just isn't it. And it just feels like you just keep adding more in hopes to fixing it. And it's not working. Disclaimer, the product features of the kit page are not, well, I get it. Refund policy up close. Create resistance movement. Avoid paying taxes. Manage your health. Try your luck. Use knowledge about occupiers' plans. Don't get caught by invaders. This is like a Jalop project right here. Download the rule booklet. Beautiful. We have a prototype, different language. That's fine, but there's a full gameplay. Looks like it. Great. Love it. Fantastic.
Hey, Shimon.
I don't know. It's a video. This looks like a preview. Looks like a gameplay. Schedule. Hopefully they have something for English at some point. Be good. We will try to be available. So this is them. Yeah, honestly, man, tell me you're 21-year-old kids. I hate to be ageist, but I don't think I would have done it until the very end. I don't think I would ever lead with that because it's just, especially in this time of uncertainty where people don't even trust larger publishers. They're like, I'm giving up crowdfunding for a while. They mean all crowdfunding, but I imagine very specifically they mean 21-year-olds. Like, because, and I'm not trying to knock it, but it's like, I don't think I would lead with that. 155 million billion %. It feels like the can you do it becomes so much more scary for a lot of people. And that sucks. Below you'll find and you didn't have, and it's a self-inflicted wound, right? You just don't mention it. Hey, here's the company. Here's we are. These are us. We are these people from here. You don't have to mention that you're 21. And I imagine that the thought was that it's going to work the opposite way. People are like, yeah, we want to see support that age, but I just don't feel like that's what most people are going to do because once again, you're not special. I always say this: your project is not special. There's 100 to 200 games on Kickstarter, Gamefound, Backer Kit right now competing against you. So to everyone else, you are not special. Your game is not. So you have to treat it as such. Oh, they're not even shipping. Oh, they are. $34.50. Holy guacamole. So yeah, I am out. Additional shipping costs for figurines within Europe. So $5.35. Okay, cool. All prices in euro. Thanks for not converting the currency, but you know. I imagine they're like, yeah, most people are going to buy this in the United States of America anyway. Which is rough, because if you could find to get it there, I feel like there's a lot of people who'd like this theme. It feels like the price is right. I still don't know diddly squat about this game. You really need an English preview or an English anything. Your quotes really felt like they were not it at all. They felt so paint by numbers. They didn't tell me much, except for the one. The one was like really nice. I hope it finds because it looks like a cool game, I think, but without the lack of information. I guess there's a rule booklet. That's nice at least. Let's check out. Make sure these are the back of it. I said they did showcase the rule booklet in the video, which was, I kind of dug that. All right, my computer's being slow. So final grade on this one. Let's check out the FAQ updates, comments. Give this one a grade, even though my computer has froze. Here we go. Comments, updates. Hopefully some people are being honest with them and giving some constructive feedback or unconstructive feedback. Feedback in general. I personally, I'll take it however you want to give it. English and Polish version, plus important survey. Information about available language versions. Okay? We already announced today that when we reach the minimum campaign, both Polish and English will be available immediately. Every supporter has the opportunity to choose support in their language from now on. We are still considering a common box, only a box for the English and Polish versions. Different boxes, additional information. Box language only box. Sure, I'll vote. Price reductions plus new sets. Let's see what this is. Dear Diary, such a... Oh, wait. Hello, after several conversations and re-handling the prices and at the same time taking into account your comments, and I haven't even looked at the components to price ratio on this. I was just like, $30 feels fine for this size game. But I imagine once you especially start getting into those other tiers, the price probably looks pretty bad. Like if you're jumping up $30 because you're adding 150 cards, and you haven't really sold me those cards well at all. Because yeah, I went through the whole project page. It was like, if I don't speak that language, it's good. Like I don't know diddly squat. I feel like unless I read the rule booklet, it's just one preview would have been great. Like I always say, one preview, one gameplay video, but in English, since that's majority of people speak that language that are on this crowdfunding platform. I hate to be xenophobic. I hope it doesn't come off as that, but like, you kind of got to know that. All right. Did they even have they asked for feedback from people? Have people given them feedback? New sets, optimize your add-ons. Three thumbs is people not giving them any feedback at all. Let's check out the comments. Hopefully some people are honest in there. Most popular. Oh, I can't find the fulfillment date. Hello, thank you for support and the right question. Our schedule should be visible on the website, but be sure to let us know if it's different because we may have some technical issues with our website, as some assumes delivering games to backers Q3 2026. Wow, that's a really long time away for what this game feels like it is. Chinese New Year's, like, okay, yeah. I mean, fine, I guess. And as rather a safe assumption, there might be a slight slippage when it comes to regions outside Europe, but I think we fit Q3. So this game in Polish and print and play instructions in English. We have at the moment full print and play English versions. I expect the price for the large package, the capture pack, to be around 110, including tax. However, the pricing is significantly higher, and I'm afraid this may lead to the campaign's failure. Sorry, I'm not in. Yeah, it feels like a very bad price. Unfortunately, scale is taking its toll on our side. We really see offer the smugglers pack. No. Scale is not taking its toll. You being greedy and feeling the need to not just have your game with 150 cards in it is the problem. It's not the scale. It's the fact that you want to print a certain amount of things to sell after the fact, because that's what everybody does. That is the new trend. Oh, I got this unproven game. Better sell 3 expansions with it. Don't blame this on scale. This is a choice you made. And I imagine we recently offered the Smugglers Pack, which best optimizes the price of playable add-ons. As for the Elegant Add-ons Pack, we're working on a new offer. Before you completely leave us, we recommend waiting for Update 10. Just stick around for Update 10. What update are we on now? 11? What was Update 10? 5.4. Price reductions. Update 10, 5.2. That's not Update 10. You already posted Update 10 by the time you said that, right? 5.2. Maybe not. I don't know. Hopefully somebody gave us some feedback. What's the French edition? Nope. Way too many ones to choose from. Yup. And that was before they started adding more 6 or 7 days ago. We wanted to be very flexible. Congrats on becoming first backer. Then you have an add-on section. feel like that meme. Where it's like that one guy, I think he's from Africa, where he like does obvious stuff and he's like, yeah, oh yeah, add-on section. Once again, this is why I always recommend everyone, before you launch Kickstarter, go look at 9 or 10 projects that are in your lane on the toilet. Just take notes of the things you like, the things you dislike, and you'll start to see industry standard, and then you should mold your project around that. End of the day, Persecuted Cracow. Do I want it? I do. That being said, I don't feel like I know diddly squat about it. Can you do it? I don't feel comfortable with that. I really don't. I mean, you're asking for $9,950, but you seem to have a lot of stuff that you are making, and that money goes real fast. Like, let's break it down. We got a play map, right? We got miniatures. We have 150 extra cards, which presumably are going to be in 3 other sort of small tuck boxes. Maybe they're like the really cheap tuck boxes. They're designed to be thrown out or put in a box or something like that. But still, we got 3 of those. We have the box. We have the miniatures. And you only have $9,900. Now, yeah, they're probably dipping in their own pocket on this. But then you say they're 3 21-year-olds, which means, yeah, they're probably dipping into their parents' pockets. Realistically, I just know when I was 21, you know, I probably wasn't funding the majority of this. And just the sheer number of rewards is just so amateur looking. Just how unpleasant the shopping area is, and just how awkward and unnecessary this first, like, if you just cut that out and went straight into the lore, like, no one would, like, everyone would be like, okay, that feels like how maybe you would do it. But it's like, no, we want to, I just feel like that was such a poor choice. And I like what they did with the video. I feel like that's what I always say, like, it doesn't have to be fancy. It got it across. I wanted to play the game. They found some workarounds. I feel like they should have mentioned way more about the game mechanics and the different asymmetrical characters instead of just pounding their chest in the quotes about their player, the time length and the different game modes. Because, yeah, here's what we all know. There's a whole bunch of games that could go competitive, solo, cooperative. And most of them, all 3 of those game modes, aren't equally good. So I feel like there's a, like, yeah. So Final Grade is not solid. I would like to play this game, but the price feels bad, except for that $30 one. But then when you get to the shipping, it goes back to feeling terrible. You're going to need to find a cheaper way to ship to North America. Or you're going to have to just, like, I would recommend that. I mean, you don't have to, but it's going to help a lot. Also, not being on Gamefound, like, you need more eyeballs on this. You have an interesting theme. Don't be on Gamefound, because here's the other thing. When you're on Gamefound, you, most of the time, unless you have a video game IP, are selling to gamers who are going to ask these questions, who are going to want to know about the asymmetric characters, who are going to be like, why the hell are there so many pledge levels? You just muddied everything up. Like, it's the Board Game Geek crowd, and I don't feel convinced as a Board Game Geek crowd member here, even with the low funding goal of $9,900. But because, yeah, like, miniatures, like, we all know that miniatures cost a lot of money, and you're like, yeah, we need $9,900. And it's like, how many miniatures you make? We might make 4 to 10, depends on the stretch goals. It's like, what? Like, it just feels like this needs quite a lot more time in the oven to tweak. I would wait for those preview videos and a gameplay video for English, even if it's on, like, Tabletop Simulator or something like that. Final Grade for Persecuted Cracow is not a good one. Do I want it? Yeah. Can you do it? Don't feel good. How much is it? Doesn't feel bad. It feels really bad. So I think it's a D. Yeah, I mean, you just don't have an English. You have the English rule booklet. That's good. I think D+. I'm gonna go D+. I'll grade it on a bell curve. First timers, and for 321-year-olds, this is a dang nice project for 321-year-olds. I think they just needed someone else there with a little bit more experience to be like, even if it was just like a big Kickstarter Gamefound nerd to be like, oh yeah, you might want to mention that, or oh, you might want to hold back until you get like a preview video that's in English, or like a lot of those little things. So I'm gonna go with a D plus. Persecuted Cracow. I hope it gets funded. I hope it does well, but I have serious concerns about $9,900 for all the stuff that they are offering, and that pledge area is just a nightmare. But let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Persecuted Cracow. Also, quick show note: most likely there will not be a show on Wednesday, as I'm gonna go build a gravel road or start to do it. Have a good one, and bye bye.